Life on Shakila's farm is often peaceful until something goes wrong. Today, we're diving into a critical veterinary issue which is lead and organophosphate poisoning in ruminants. This video is for learning purposes. All the characters are not related to those that are dead or still alive. So, join us as we investigate the disease, ways to diagnose, and how to treat the silent killer. Let's get into it. As Shakila is observing the farm, she noticed that there is presence of insects and weeds around the plants, so she decided to spray some pesticides.
Hey there, fellow vets. Today we're diving into two critical topics: lead poisoning and organophosphate toxicity in animals. Knowing how to spot, diagnose, and treat these conditions can save lives. So let's get to it. First, let's talk lead poisoning. Animals can get exposed through batteries, lead-based paints, machinery, grease, motor oil, lead plumbing, and unfortunately, lead contamination is more common than you might think. One major source: discarded batteries. Imagine a battery tossed out in a field. Over time, the casing breaks down and lead leaks into the soil. Now, ruminants, naturally curious creatures, might graze in that area or even lick the battery itself. Then we have old paint. You know those old barns or fences with peeling paint? If that paint contains lead, the flakes can fall to the ground and mix with the soil or vegetation, making it easy for animals to ingest them while grazing. And don't forget contaminated water sources. Industrial waste, mining runoff, or old plumbing systems with lead pipes can leach lead into rivers, ponds, or even groundwater. Animals drinking from these sources gradually build up lead in their system. Now, let's shift to another culprit: organophosphates. These are widely used pesticides and insecticides. While they're effective for controlling pests, they can harm our livestock if not managed properly. For example, when crops are treated with pesticides, some residue can remain on the plants. If ruminants graze on these treated crops, they ingest the chemicals directly. Another scenario: spills or improper storage. Imagine a farmer accidentally spilling pesticide near the grazing area. If animals access this spot, even small amounts of the chemical can lead to poisoning. And then there's runoff. During heavy rains, organophosphates from treated fields can wash into nearby streams or ponds. Animals drinking this water are at risk. Even the soil isn't always safe. These pesticides can persist in the ground, so animals grazing on treated land might consume residues without us even realizing it.
A few moments later.
No, my cow!
Hello?
Hello, doctor? My cow, they're acting strange. Some are staggering. Some are drooling. And another one had actually collapsed.
I see, that's quite bad.
I really need your help, doctor. Can you come as soon as possible?
Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Let's discover the symptoms of lead and organophosphate poisoning. Organophosphate poisoning often occurs due to pesticide exposure, which leads to symptoms like hypersalivation, convulsion, and also staggering. The effects are categorized into two. The first one is muscarinic effect, including bradycardia, meiosis, respiratory distress, and diarrhea. As for the nicotinic effects, such as muscle twitching, tremors, seizures, and weakness. These symptoms arise from disrupted nerve function that is caused by acetylcholinesterase inhibition. On the other hand, lead poisoning, often linked to contaminated feed or water, primarily affects the nervous system. It also shows signs similar as organophosphate, which are hypersalivation, convulsion, and also staggering, but it also includes head pressing, muscle tremors, blindness, and in severe cases, it can cause a comatose.
Since when did you notice the symptoms?
Just an hour ago, doctor.
How many cows were affected?
About 7 of them.
Okay, let me see the cow.
Okay.
Has this cow baby has always been here?
I actually threw it last night. Yeah, yesterday.
Let's go see the cow. Have you been spraying pesticides frequently?
Yes, I sprayed this morning and I usually spray it.
Based on the clinical signs, I am suspecting that your cow has been poisoned by grazing the grass that has been sprayed by pesticides, and also from licking the carpentry. For now, I will give an emergency treatment and later I will take some blood samples for further diagnosis. For further diagnostic workup, blood sample was taken from the jugular vein of one of the affected cows so that we can finally confirm that it is caused by poisoning. To diagnose lead poisoning, first the history and clinical signs are assessed, focusing more on the potential access to lead sources. Next, blood tests and serum biochemistry are crucial, with elevated lead levels above 1.2 micromole per liter serving as a key indicator. Additionally, cases often show proteinuria and increase in blood, urea, and nitrogen, reflecting kidney dysfunction. Next, postmortem examination can confirm the presence of lead particles in the reticulum. And the last one is advanced diagnostic tools like atomic absorption spectrometry are employed in order to detect lead by analyzing specific wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation, ensuring precise identification and confirmation of lead poisoning. As for the organophosphate poisoning, first of all, based on the history and clinical signs, check whether the cow has any access to organophosphate pesticide. Next is CBC and blood chemistry to reveal the reduce in acetylcholinesterase activity, which is a hallmark for organophosphate exposure. Other than that, postmortem can also be conducted, which reveals brain edema, congestion of the intestinal mucosa, and also lungs. And the last one is gas chromatography mass spectrometry, which is an advanced method that is used to identify and confirm and quantify the amount of organophosphate by using rumen contents. Unfortunately, only one survived among the 7 affected cows.
Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you.
No big deal, no big
Let's discuss the treatment for lead poisoning. The primary aim is to reduce lead absorption and enhance its excretion. Thiamine hydrochloride acts as a chelating agent to bind lead and facilitate its excretion. Magnesium sulfate works as a cathartic to reduce lead absorption. Dimercaptosuccinic acid is effective in removing lead from renal and hepatic tissues. Now, onto organophosphate poisoning. Treatment involves countering acetylcholinesterase inhibition. Atropine sulfate increases heart rate and provides bronchodilation. Pralidoxime reactivates acetylcholinesterase, reversing organophosphate toxicity. Activated charcoal absorbs and neutralizes toxins in the gastrointestinal tract. Prompt and appropriate treatment can save the lives of affected animals and ensure their recovery.
Nice.